All right, everybody. Luasta. Andrew Schultz getting canceled for dissing. K-Dot. Kung Fu Kenny. Kenny the Boogeyman. Let's see what he got to say.
It may have come out only a couple of weeks ago, but Kendrick
While I eat
Lamar's
my
new album
Let's see what he has to say while I eat my Chipotle.
X is still dominating the cultural conversation. From his stern words towards Lil Wayne after the Super Bowl controversy to all the subliminal and coded messages towards Drake, there's been plenty for people to unpack. But what no one would have expected is that one of the most polarizing, hotly debated issues to come out from the album's rollout would be the reaction of a comedian to getting dissed by K-Dot, because people are wondering if he took it a little too far, and now he might have to pay some steep consequences.
Might. Luasa, you know goddamn well. Like, yes, being a comedian gives you some kind of uncharted territories to walk on because you are a comedian, right? But for Andrew, and I said this on multiple occasions, Andrew Schultz to be speaking about rap, to be having these very strong and boisterous takes on hip hop because you are what? Charlemagne the Fraud's friend? Please.
It's your boy Luesta, and this is why Andrew Schultz is jeopardizing his career. So let's back up a little to how he got in Kendrick's crosshairs in the first place. Around a month ago, people likely wouldn't have expected that K-Dot and the 41-year-old comedian's paths would ever cross.
He's 41? He don't really look like it though. Damn.
After all, Dot isn't even usually on the place where Schultz's livelihood depends on.
Of course.
The internet. My social media, most
What's
of the
up,
time,
O-Dog?
is completely off.
What up with you, bro?
New York Times. Because I know, like, I can easily smell my own shit. I know I'm not one of those dudes that be like, oh yeah, I know how good I am. But I also know the reason why I'm so good is because God blessed me with the talent to execute on the talent. In the moment that you start getting lost in your ego, that's when you start going down. But
That's
while
exactly
Kendrick is
right.
out there on TikTok trawling for memes, it's clear that some things do get back to him. And by the looks of it, one of those things were a series of controversial comments made by Andrew Schultz on the Flagrant podcast. In an episode alongside British stars Duncan and Fuhad Duwado, Schultz made what a lot of people interpreted as some pretty derogatory comments about black women and their nature. All the while, several people of color in the room just co-signed it by laughing along.
Wait, what is the black girlfriend effect? This
Oh,
is
you don't know about
just
this?
glow up the other culture.
Yeah, so you'll see a guy who's had a black girlfriend, all of a sudden he's got buzz cut, like
Yeah.
clean shape up. Glows up, bro.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
They shave their hair because they start losing it. Because they're so stressed being around this black girl complaining about shit all the time. That's why they gotta shave their
Nah,
hair.
bro. White guys with black girlfriends,
They grow a
step-
beard
they step their
because
dick
there's
up.
more cushion when they get slapped the fuck out of.
That's not even, I mean, I don't know. It's like they be saying it's subjective. That's not even funny, cuz. Like, that's not even, I don't know. But he's growing, he grew the beard, so it's going to give him cushion so his black girlfriend can smack the shit out of him. Ultimately saying, in this take, he is addressing the fact that in his mind, most black women are aggressive and violent physically. Stop it, bro.
That's why they gotta shave their
Nah,
hair.
bro. White guys with black girlfriends,
They grow a beard
they step their
because
dick
there's
up.
more cushion when they get slapped the fuck out of.
That's hilarious.
I think
Damn, he got so gay to say that. Look at him. And both of these niggas got beards. And he got so gay to say that. Look at his expression after he like. It's almost like he got away with something so heinous. Like, yeah, I got it. Yeah, I did it. Yeah, that was me.
That's hilarious.
I think
nigga's
the
funny,
black
bro.
girlfriend effect. It might be a protective instinct, bro.
You think?
Yeah. Do you guys have you ever had black girlfriends?
Yeah.
Have you ever had white girls?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. What's your favorite We love them all.
Yeah.
Oh, really? We love them all.
Yeah.
That means white.
Yo, who gives
That is what.
Translation.
Kendrick fans? Get him!
The comment sparked a backlash almost straight away, with online commenters feeling like it wasn't his place nor his right to tap into these stereotypes. As a black woman, the stuff Andrew was saying about the black girlfriend effect was racist. He made it completely about the angry black woman trope. Can we not rest? As the outrage picked up, Flagrant soon had a controversy on their hands, as did Schultz and Gigs, who were pretty much rinsed for refusing to step in. Eventually, they apologized for their time in the whole thing, acknowledging that they should have done more.
Yeah, there were a few jokes made that were incredibly inappropriate.
No, here's my thing, y'all. My thing is those who have a podcast. When you're speaking on this podcast, you're not just fucking doing ASMR and just watching niggas blink their eyes and bite their fingernails. You're on a podcast. Think. What y'all like starstruck and shit? Think. I'm sure some of these folks came up with questions, right? Or they, some folks had a computer and somebody behind the camera. They got the computer. They have questions, maybe a teleprompter, whatever. Like, think. You're allowed, like, these folks be allowing TikTok and Instagram and social media their thoughts and what they've grasped from these people to be their thoughts. Meaning, it was only until these TikTok and Instagram social media motherfuckers responded to these comments being racist that y'all then make an apology. Like, were you not thinking? You just all up on there. Like, wait, no, because I do love my black queens. I absolutely love that melanin. But also, or whatever your take is. Say that. You're not thinking? Y'all just waiting for social media to think for you and then make a decision and then make a response? Like,
One specifically pertaining to black women.
Yep.
And in the clip, Andrew was making a joke, frankly, like racist joke.
Yeah.
And we were laughing at it. And to give, there's first of all, before we get into like specifics or anything like that, obviously there's just literally no excuse. There is no excuse.
Agreed.
Later, Schultz trolled
Man,
them for
gone with that
apologizing
shit.
and insisted he absolutely wouldn't be doing the same thing.
Anyway, any listeners here that are upset at us, we just want to let you know that you're going to stay upset. Okay? What we're not going to do is sit here with our tucked between our legs apologizing on the podcast for jokes.
He even went as far as to
oh, Lord. So many walking eggshells. So many eggshells on the ground. So many Legos on the ground. Yes, it's a joke. But to those who have an actual constructive, critical mind, you don't got to be fully, but semi-logical, you understand that all jokes contain true shit. All of them. Especially coming from the messenger. God almighty.
watch their statement on the episode and essentially ridiculed it.
There's no excuse.
There's
man.
no fucking excuse. Ow. Can you pause this? No excuse for that. I just want to take in the beginning of it. There's no excuse for jokes. There is never an excuse for making jokes.
But can we try?
I'm not going to ever make an excuse for being a comedian.
It's unclear exactly when it happened, but at some point, this whole situation must have come across Kendrick's radar, because when it came down to unveil his new album GNX, he had some words for Schultz, as well as the guys from Shits and Gigs on the intro track Whacked Out Murals. Don't let no white comedian talk about no black woman, that's law. Everyone immediately began to speculate over who this could be about, and at some point, Schultz himself came to the conclusion that he was the man being referred to, and with that, he decided to go on the offensive, bringing the beef to a whole new level with some comments that left the world shocked. Speaking on Flagrant, Schultz gathered his co-hosts and delved into his feelings on what went down. The result was a lengthy rant where Andrew essentially...
And this part is so freaking cringe, and I don't even cringe at shit, but this really, really.
He threatened K-Dot physically and said he would have his way with him if he wanted to.
That is
Like, first of all, Kendrick's people and the gang affiliate, everybody, his security, they will kill me. They will destroy me. They'll find me in the street. They'll.
see already. He don't even know. That's racist, cuz. That's racist. Him even saying that. Like his gangster black friends, his gangster black cousins, they would kill me, they would shoot me, they would stab me, they would see?
And cut me up. They'll shoot me. They'll do whatever. I'm not a tough guy. Y'all would do. But just Kendrick, I would make love to him. And there's nothing he could do about it. Just Kendrick Lamar, I would make love to him. And the only thing that he could do is decide if it's consensual or not. That's the only thing he could do. If it's me and Kendrick, this is about physics. It's about physics. I don't even know if I'll get hard. But if we're in a cell, there's a chance that if we're in a cell and we're bored and we done tattooing each other, whatever you do in the cell, and we ran out of board games and we did all the other things, we cleaned everything, and I'm like, man, I might as well you. There's nothing he could physically do to stop that.
Nah, he's he's Pakistani. That nigga Pakistani, Israeli or something. I don't know too much about Somalian. But yeah, he not Hispanic. Cause Hispanic, you black. Basically, you black. Latino, you black. Mexican, you black. He ain't that. Which is why he taking such a kick at it.
Immediately, the implication of what he was saying spawned a lot of backlash, as well as the consideration about what the fitting punishment for something like this should be when it's now part of a pattern of behavior. Humor can go too far. This one definitely does. He's gonna get his ass whooped for this. Kendrick has to violate him for this. Oh, this was the white comedian speaking on black women business? Soon, Schultz's Twitter fingers were working at full capacity, leading to a spirited exchange with Ice Cube's son and famed actor O'Shea Jackson Jr. After he cited his dad's diss track against NWA as a way to excuse his actions, O'Shea clapped back and explained why it's not a fair comparison. A metaphor about getting f***ed business-wise by your manager is not the same, homie. He ain't calling you a bitch. He ain't saying f*** you. Didn't even say your name. And your response was buck breaking. Shit was just crazy. In the past few days,
all right, O'Shea,
breaking in online discourse has skyrocketed.
All right, O'Shea.
It's all down to Schultz's ill-advised comment. Now, if you don't know what it means, let me get you up to speed. Buck breaking alludes to a practice where gay white slaveholders would ritualistically sexually abuse and degrade their male slaves in front of other male slaves to demonstrate their power and mastery over them.
And look at that. And would you look at that? In the 21st century, we have YouTubers explaining what buck breaking is, buck dancing. Wow. They're not like us for real. And on top of that, Kendrick, what do you think he was saying? Bear with me for a second, let me put y'all on game. The settlers was using town folks to make them richer. Now, 2024, they got the same agenda. You run to Atlanta when you need a check balance. Let me break it down for you. This the real nigga challenge. Boy, it's only a matter of time, y'all. And it's collapsing for them. Bad. And quickly.
And for someone to think this is the sort of behavior you were referring to with your response, is no surprise that he's getting cooked. Not to mention, low-key threatened by Kendrick's crew. First up, there was the TDE president Punch, who, after asking for clarification if he really meant what he said, cryptically sounded off on him and let it be known that he could get touched too. The false sense of security that the internet provides is second to none. Next up, it was Kendrick's longtime homie, GNX collaborator, and real Pyru gang member Hida J3, who decided to chime in. In a series of posts, he suggested that Schultz might need some security the next time he slides through Cali. LA gonna be scared to let him come do another show after that response. Then, he basically inferred that Schultz was rolling with the cops. We know that he works with the police. Peep his mustache. Okay, Mr. Officer. For Schultz, this is an interesting crossroads in his career. Ever since he graduated from local comic to star, his brand has been built on pushing boundaries. And at times, he purposely tries to shock and offend.
Well, yeah, because he has... Okay, let me not say that. but it starts with an A and ends with an A.
I'm really upset that the trans women are like competing in women's sports with them. But I'll be honest, I can't wait for the day when trans women completely replace women at women's sports. That's my dream. I have a Martin Luther King dream that one day trans women completely replace women at women's sports. And then women will know what white people went through when we let black people play sports. That shit difficult, ain't it?
Plus, getting a little edgy when it comes to racial taboos is nothing new either.
Blackface is wrong. Just cannot do it. Blackface is wrong. Can't do it. Good. Blackface is wrong. Well, I have to ask the blackfaces. I can't ask the rest of y'all. Blackface is wrong. It's racist. You cannot do it. Okay? Then you see them Navy SEALs commercials. You're like, all right, well, kind of. Sometimes you could do it, right? The whole Navy SEALs commercial is like, look how cool blackface is on a helicopter. Black.
Bro, it's not even. It's just from the precipitation. It's just like it waters down. It leaks.
Blackface in the water. They can't swim. I don't know if they say that.
But this time, a lot of people felt he missed the mark, both with the joke itself and how he responded. Andrew's only funny statement was when he thought Kendrick used him for clout. The Pulitzer Prize winning, platinum record having artist needs a D-list comedian for clout. Laughable. Naturally, there are two sides to everything, and while he got a lot of hate,
There's
others
three
felt that
sides,
Andrew's
actually.
quick wit made this a dangerous road for Dot. Not a fan of Schultz, but K-Dot does not want smoke with him. He's ripe for mockery. And if anyone puts hands on him, that just proves his point.
Right.
Some of them are doing too much. I find it hard to take anyone seriously who says Schultz is reigniting slavery with his comments about manhandling Kendrick.
No.
Some K-Dot fans are absolute clowns. In the case of other offenders
I wouldn't
of
say all
Schultz,
that, but
DJ
yeah.
Academics unsurprisingly felt that Kendrick asked for it. Because after he
Oh my God, Academics, man. Oh Lord.
said such severe things about Drake, the lines of what's acceptable and what isn't are blurred.
He said Kendrick said Drake's a certain. Yo, everything is fair in hip hop, man. Ain't no rules to this shit, man. Say ain't no rules to this shit. Line always been in part of hip hop. Ain't no rules. This is hip hop. You know, don't start no beef if you don't want to go there. A white comedian gets this and says, I'm gonna. It's like, whoa. What's going on? Draw the line, weirdo. Whoa. Hey. How could he speak like this? What is it? Could y'all just have one standard? The bigger the come on, and I agree with that too. Is it no rules or is it rules? The same motherfuckers would be like, yo, so what if he lied and called Drake a certified? But as soon as I make fun of his song about him getting set, yo,
I'm with the family, and we kicking shit just like
I don't even know if that shit true. Like that. That's just like
Alley 2 Gas. Welcome to the
But
stream.
it's
I went to
fair
the
say that
fam.
Academics
Thank you for the love.
The media can't quite
What's up? What's
understand
up with
why
it?
He could take this route and not feel any wrath from the world and maybe even Dot himself. For starters, there's the fact that Schultz ultimately outed himself as the comedian discussing black women in a negative way in the first place.
There was literally a gaggle of white comedians I thought this could have fit. I thought it could have fit, right? Dot didn't name drop Schultz. He mentioned something that isn't even unique to Schultz. It's not.
Right.
It's a commonality in
What up, J-Dog?
comedy, or as I call it, bootlicking, down punching, pseudo humor. 1 second applause.
Then there's the way that he talked about Kendrick, which made things way worse than if he just said he could beat him up.
And they said hit dog holler, right? You throw a rock into a group of dogs, the hit dog hollers, right? The one that got hit hollers. He said a white man shouldn't be making fun of black women, white comedian shouldn't be making fun of black women, and he jumps up and speaks out. Why? Because he knows he was a white comedian making fun of black women. And he responds to the accusation of racism and misogynoir by
Just
going
got off.
deeper. Because part of the argument of
You
saying
working
that
some
you
good
were going
times,
to
bro.
buck break Kendrick Lamar and physically dominate him.
We about to start
was that
streaming
he was
earlier,
treat
too.
him like a woman, right? And he made the comment about penetration right after that, and make even the language of making love is
Like
still to
one.
make it seem as if he's feminizing Kendrick. He's saying he's little, and
I'ma still, like,
I can dominate him. I can treat
conceptualize
him
it,
the way
but,
I treat men treat
like,
women.
one.
And that kind of language itself also smuggles in a certain kind of anti-woman logic.
Besides
This is my thing, fam. I know people are all up for the people are all up for the back and forth, this side versus the other side versus this side versus the other side. Listen, all I'm gonna say is when it happens to us, when it happens to JB the fam, just know what side we stand on. Just know what side we've been on. So, am I saying that what I'll be saying is always going to be right? Hell no. What the fuck? I look like playing fair with a thief. I'm gonna repeat that one more time. What the hell I look like playing fair with a thief? There is no honor, no respect, no integrity amongst thieves. None. So, yeah. But with that, I'm not always going to be right. I will be righteous. And then the other side, guess where they're coming from? Left field. Looking dumb as hell.
Besides that, there was also the personal L for a comedian.
I can't wait for it, actually. I can't wait for it. I can't wait. You want some beef? You want some steak? You want some jerky? Can't wait for it.
Who says everyone's too sensitive. Because by dedicating so much time and energy to the situation, it just means that Kendrick struck a nerve with
10 to
someone
8 tomorrow.
Profession means they're
10
supposed
to 6
to
Sunday.
be
I'm off for
thick-skinned.
3 days in a row.
Let's say you're right. Let's say all he's saying is he can beat up Kendrick Lamar. Okay, why would he want to talk about beating up Kendrick Lamar when Kendrick said,
Oh, that's that
"Stop
week before
mocking black women.
Christmas."
I'm standing up for why would that be something that will warrant a violent response or an allusion to violence? Doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
But the biggest problem,
Like what I really hope is the beef that people be so injected in. I hope you let the beef that you're in change your life for the better. That's it. That's all. That's why I don't be, ain't nothing new under the sun, bro. There's gonna be agents. There's gonna be folks that are gonna talk like they know what's going on because they study. They study the culture. They study us, but they're not us. So the only way they can infiltrate is have some 3-lettered groups on their side, so they can continue forward with what they say and how they act.
is that the comments about Kendrick didn't exist in a vacuum. Instead, it was paired with another generalized statement about hip-hop that really invoked a lot of anger in people.
Rappers are telling comedians we need to be more respectful to women, so we gotta sit back and reflect.
Wrong point. Wrong point. Wrong point. Wrong point. Wrong point. But, of course, he's going to bend it, manipulate it, twist it, and turn it in a way that's going to fit his ego.
Rappers are telling comedians we need to be more respectful to women, so we gotta sit back and reflect.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
They're the most pious group.
Listen, nobody has respected women more. Through art.
Yes.
Than rappers, okay?
Absolutely.
So I completely understand how a rapper could look at a comedian telling a joke and be like, yo, y'all need to switch that up.
Yeah.
How dare y'all keep saying your wives are annoying?
This could have been avoided, because if all the attention about his comments didn't lead so many non-fans to watch, then he might have gotten away with this kind of thing. Instead, he's opened the gates to a whole lot of scrutiny.
I do understand somewhat of the outrage of people that are looking at this like, all right, Kendrick said something about you. Why are you making this a hip-hop thing? If
Red Sox is so back in the trash.
Why are you now trying to devalue hip-hop, even if there is some truth in what he's saying? I don't think we needed Schultz to tell us that hip-hop has had a misogynistic history.
What?
But why can't it be about Kendrick? Like, I laughed when he said, I'll you in a jail cell. I thought it was funny. I'll make love to you. I thought it was hilarious. But I see why people are upset. What does Schultz have to say about hip-hop when you're talking to Kendrick Lamar?
As a result of these remarks, the perspective on what his podcast actually entails
back in the
has changed
playoffs,
for a lot of people, including
put a 50 ball on it.
Because it just sounds like a bunch of white dudes sitting around trying to figure out how to have an angle on something that they're not involved in at all.
Well, if it makes you feel any better with Andrew Schultz, it's never a bunch of white guys. He's the white guy with a bunch of brown and black guys standing there to be his cover. So you
that
have
is
it
true.
Slightly off, but yeah, it's the same guy. He's got the guy.
W take or W comment, Rosenberg. Your last name is Rosenberg. We know what you are, but shout out to you, Mr. Potato Head looking ass nigga. But yeah, we know what you are, Rosenberg. But good statement though.
guys who sit with him on the couch to laugh, to give him the pass, to be able to say the things that he says.
As for his co-host,
right.
Peter Rosenberg,
I said that. That's
he
right.
argued that people in hip-hop have grown increasingly aggravated with Schultz in recent years, and this might be the final straw.
What up, Strap?
Well, I think that's Rosenberg's point, is that's Andrew Schultz's whole MO.
What's up, nigga?
So he can make these jokes, he has black people or people of color sitting there so he can...
Get your fucking weight up, you light as a feather.
Body bag with the 37 months. Welcome back, my brother. Thank you for the love and support.
To make these jokes, right? Which is why Kendrick
Let's go,
Lamar
man. It's a long time, bro.
And by the way, it's not just Kendrick Lamar. Like, Kendrick is the one who said that line, but the truth is, bubbling under the surface, there have been people for a long time being like, why is everyone okay with this dude? And
You been at work
people of
since
his
4?
ilk saying the things that
Damn,
he said.
bro.
And then his response to it, this
That's a fat check right there.
man has never cared for, crafted for, done anything for the culture. This is a guy who just makes jokes and makes money and was given a pass by Charlemagne. They used each other and sat next to each other, and
Told y'all, Charlemagne the fraud.
now he goes, says loose things, talking about things like sodomizing Kendrick Lamar. That was what your reply was in the moment to the most popular, in this moment, the most popular black artist in the world, in this moment, was talking about sodomizing him. That was the joke that you thought that was the play?
Alongside the outrage sparked by his specific comments about Kendrick, the biggest hurdle Andrew now faces is the idea that he has habitually
They don't have
stepped
odds for
out of line.
playoffs.
And
Who
now
cares?
it's
Trust your team.
Speaking on the JV,
50 ball on it.
Queens Flip went off at him for daring to repeatedly slander black women and hip-hop culture.
And while, okay, the joke may be just a joke, you're a comedian, but what I do is I hate when people who are not a part of our culture end up coming into our culture and then their true feelings start to come out.
We don't know that. I'm sorry. Hold on. Because he started to say about how black men or how rappers treat their women, right? That means you knew this and you
We'll talk about how they treat their women.
felt this way. You knew this and you felt this way. You sitting next to Charlemagne and
He's
you
been
acting
saying
like
that on the show.
Huh?
He's been saying this on the show. For
Well, I
years.
don't watch him, so I don't know if he's been saying
the
that.
same sentiment for years.
So he's saying what? That black men or rappers beat their women? So
He's had the same take forever.
If you guys do it, I can do it. No, nigga, you can't do it.
And he wasn't done there either. To portray how ignorant Andrew had been, Flip explores how different things would likely be if the shoe was on the other foot. In that basically, Flip thinks there would be no discussion and it would be straight condemnation if someone came at the Jewish community of which Andrew belongs like this.
You can't do it because no disrespect to the Jewish people gonna allow us to talk or make jokes about anything pertaining to Jewish culture or what they went through. No, they're not. They're not. You're offending, you get canceled. So we're not gonna let this guy. Huh? We're not gonna let this guy sit down there and then say, okay, it's a joke. I'd rather him address Kendrick Lamar and make jokes based on that. But when you start addressing hip hop and what,
So you shaking on it or not?
Black woman and
that's all I want to know.
We have not protected them.
All the while, Schultz has continued to act as though he is the victim in all this. And while some people are calling Dot fans hypocrites, the way that Schultz is suggesting certain things were too far in terms of how he's being treated hasn't exactly got anyone feeling sympathy for him.
Don't be surprised if he goes crazy. Listen, some of the Kendrick stans have been posting, like, telling me they're gonna take out my family on like pictures of my child, my daughter.
With his comments on both Kendrick and hip-hop's treatment of black women, he really has opened up a door that he'll struggle to seal shut for a long time. Because in all likelihood, he won't like Wack 100's claims about his mother.
He opened that shit.
You seen the nigga Andrew Schultz, nigga talking about what he was gonna do to Dot?
Who the that nigga? I don't know
Andrew
that
Schultz, you don't know who that is? Man, you the white comedian nigga, man.
I don't.
Said if he had Dot to say.
These niggas so invested in these gambling sites, Prize Picks, Underdog, Twin Peaks, Peak this and Peak Me, Dog Peak, Peak Coin, Peace Coin with the Peace. Man, listen. I forgot all about to say, goddamn it, motherfucker. Oh, I know what I say. I'm be real. I did not know who Andrew Schultz was until Dan told me about him. And Dan is a Canadian.
What he was gonna do to Dot?
Who that nigga? I don't know
Andrew
that
Schultz, you don't know who that is? Man, you the white comedian nigga, man.
I don't.
Said if he had Dot to sell, he said he could get him. He said I could take that if I had him in the cell. I could get that. I could take that.
weird. Oh, he gay. Andrew Schultz is
Yeah,
gay.
look, this nigga right here. He on back on Pig page saying it
Let
too,
me see
man.
him. Let me see him real quick. Oh, that's dude who mama, the homie them had. His mama.
Okay, Whack. All right. Just, okay. All right, bro. That's nigga mama we had on the strip looking great. That's who mama we had butt naked, buck dancing and twerking for that cash in the back. Yo, Whack. Yo. See, Whack and DJ Fat. Whack and DJ Fat. DJ Fat and Whack. Whack Fat. Whack Fats. Whack Fat. That's a great meal plan or some shit. Whack Fats and Fat Whack. Y'all two what and what, bro? Y'all two what and what? For real. Whack just bald as fuck. DJ Fat got a fat ass 5 head. You see the comparison? They just be saying shit to say shit and for the effect, right? God almighty.
Was getting hit 3 ways.
Yeah, look.
Because I remember she opened her phone up and was like, "You guys might know my son." And I'm like, he looked like the Gilligan Island nigga, right? I didn't know. Okay, yeah, I know about his mama. His mama was getting hit 3 ways. Hell, and one of them was a midget.
One of them was a midget.
One of them was a midget. He was sucking on it.
Left angered by his words, many hip-hop fans are arguing that he shouldn't have a platform in the space at all, and that what he's saying about Kendrick borders on a strange obsession. He truly cannot shut the f up about it. It's like when somebody has a crush and keeps bringing that person up, thinking they're being casual about it, but making it wildly obvious to everyone else. Now seen as a comedian with an ego issue by many, this has led to a lot of—
You're not gaming? We will be.
He's shown a far more malicious and sensitive side
We will be.
than what he's trying to portray now. Not to mention some recurring threads of misogyny, bullying, and attempts to make jokes about subjects that—
Nah, that nigga 40 though. This nigga we looking at, y'all, he 40. I did not know that. Man, he don't look 40, but I think this nigga's 40, y'all. 40. Them bills is counting on him.
he should be above by this point in his career and at the age of 41. When it comes to his treatment of women, just look at how he treated his old friend Whitney Cummings after inviting her to his platform.
Being a stand-up as a woman, it's not a business. It's not a viable.
Can you tell us how hard it is? Like,
I'm not saying it's hard.
Tell us how hard it is to be a female comic. Like, that's what we love to listen to.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying it's hard to be
It's so tough on the road.
No, it's not what I said. What are you doing?
Guys trying to tell you to go back to the hotel.
No one, no, bitch.
So different.
And then guess what? He gonna cover it up as him being a comic. He's just cracking jokes with somebody who who is his friend, quote unquote. Man, this shit all played.
Different than being a woman anywhere else in life. How is being a comic on the road any different than just going out to a bar? I always hear this from female comics. They're like, guys always trying to go back to your hotel. And it's like, look at the face again. You're listening again. You put on your listening face. I'd rather you look at me and just think about like a dog bone. Just think about a bone. Just think about a bone. Think about your happy face, and then look like this when I'm talking to you.
Throughout the duration of the interview, he kept coming for her relentlessly, but eventually she clapped back and caught him off guard. Turns out he didn't like when she threw shade about his struggle with having kids, which he was dealing with at the time.
Don't you dare do that. It's not a rock climber in the 1700s when we didn't have cables and shit.
What's going on?
I need to know what's going on. You come on here, you say you're a big old bull dyke out of the nowhere.
Hold on. I'm not a bull dyke.
Come on.
What did Emma take down your Die Hard poster? What's going on? What's going on at home?
You come in.
What's going on at home?
You come in and you tell me that you're lying about something.
What's going on?
You need to get to the bottom of it.
Are you shooting blanks? Why are you such a grump?
Yes.
For a lot of people, this was a wake-up call about his
Yeah, you gotta play it off. Yes, I am shooting
frustrating
blanks.
seeing him interrupt Whitney at every second. She couldn't even finish a sentence. Schultz gives off hardcore middle school bully energy, but it wouldn't be the only one, as when he went on the Full Send
Do people watch what? What exactly?
podcast, it seemed like he was projecting his own insecurities onto Steiny.
Me taking time out of my day to do this and then feeling like I'm forcing you guys to do the podcast.
What's up, Demon Age?
You're just being a little annoying.
How?
I think you're annoying.
Really?
A little bit. Yeah.
Oh, these kinds of
What
podcasts?
makes you think?
Oh, absolutely. But most of them are incels. Most of them are incels, yes. And you know the video that's one of the biggest on the main channel. Yeah, they're incels, and they soak this shit up. They love it. They love going back and forth. They love going from, stream to stream, podcast to podcast, and writing down notes and going on subreddits and making the posts and having their little communities and doing this and them. Yes, they do. Yes. And that's what I really be like enforcing to y'all, man. Even if it is something that you wouldn't watch or you wouldn't check out, right? Trust me when I say there is something / someone, a group of people out there that likes exactly what you like, that do very similar things that you do. Yes, they're not you and you're not them, but y'all share a lot of, commonalities. So yes, I didn't even know who the flying fuck Andrew Schultz and these chalk boys. I never knew who they were. Never. Not to anything against them. They got millions and millions and millions of followers, and they got all type of, happy dad drinks. And I found out what a happy dad drink beer was because of one of my homeboys who is white, and he loved those drinks. And he put me on Steiny and Steve Will Do It and Bradley Martin and all these niggas who be circle jerking together. And boom. Shout out Bradley. I like Bradley. Bradley got some his soul still intact. But all these other niggas, they just Hannibal Burries, just dick balls and no brains, dick balls and turkey meat. You know what I mean? But yes, to answer your question, yes, people do watch this shit religiously.
I think that.
I don't know.
It's gonna be like a therapy session.
Yeah. No, just say how you honestly feel. Don't.
I feel good, bro. I think you're pretty.
You don't
funny.
feel good. You don't feel good. You feel insecure right now because you think I don't like you. I think you need attention. I think you're doing anything you can to get attention. And right.
But like, is he a therapist? Like, is his energy so high to where he can vibrate those type of emotions from people? Like he can understand that and understand that? I don't think so, Andrew. I don't think so. Judy's nuts, nigga.
Now you're making this podcast about you, which is the most boring part of the conversation. We have much more interesting people to discuss whose lives are more fascinating.
No. Oh, I don't ever want to do a podcast again, straight up.
Even that doesn't sound real.
You might have just retired.
Then there's the fact that he's been vested by better comedians on his show. During one tense moment, he was checked by Shane Gillis for making fun of disabled people.
These guys are awesome.
Yeah.
They're having fun.
Yeah.
For you guys to sit here and be like,
wait a minute.
Let's bring it up and mock them. That's fucked up, dude. That's a dude. By using them as an insult.
Using?
Yeah.
We're using you.
So you're insulting them by saying I look like them? Or you're insulting me by saying I look like them?
This is you back in your victim thing.
No, I'm not being a victim. I'm saying the jokes you're doing is not, it's not like...
It's not PC?
That's not cool.
You know it's...
Yeah, and look, respectfully, when people know that you have a soft spot for something, they're going to keep attacking it. They are going to religiously, continuously attack that shit. So he probably got a disabled nephew, maybe son, maybe daughter, maybe niece, or his girlfriend's daughter. So like his you never know. You never know, bro. So yeah, it's hitting home for him, man.
Really great. Triggering?
You're making fun of these guys.
This had fans applauding, while the incident reflected very poorly on Schultz himself. I love that part because these losers are almost 40 and still stuck in the college brosive phase. A man talking to boys. Literally anyone can make the same shit jokes as them. They bring nothing new to humor.
Watch movie
comedians.
Critical Thinking on Netflix.
Clearly, Andrew doesn't know how to handle
I like that
shit.
right there, old dog.
Because
I like
during
that.
another appearance on Flagrant, Gillis managed to get his own yes men to mock him for his attempts to be profound.
Uh-oh.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't think you need to do drugs if you're in Alaska.
Yeah. I think if you're in Alaska,
oh my God.
you need drugs.
Don't about it like
if you're like a canner in Alaska, you probably don't need it.
I hope you're running wide for that.
Drugs are necessary. That was
I don't know. This panel's crazy. This panel is crazy. I mean, this is some. I don't know if the podcast studio is in Canada or Toronto or Quebec or whatever the fuck. I don't know. Montreal. I don't goddamn know. Nor do I really give a damn. But I do know that it's like New York, bro. It's like it's a big melting pot. It's a big melting pot full of everybody. So it's Toronto. And like this nigga look Armenian. This nigga like he look like black. He look like he black, like slight Egyptian on the low. And this nigga goddamn, you know, Israeli, Pakistani. Goddamn, you know. And then Andrew Schultz is what he is.
Hilarious.
Yo, keep philosophizing, bro. This has turned on me. I hate how this has turned on me. You know what?
And now, respectfully, anybody who just religiously can drink Bud Light, in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen.
Let's not act like he's never wound up on the bad side of anyone in hip-hop either. Due to his proximity to Charlemagne the God and comments made on their Brilliant Idiots podcast, he's received tons of smoke from Joe Budden in the
T-Perk
past.
can?
But what he certainly hasn't received is any
You probably
respect
can
from
too.
Joe.
You have to be great. That's what I was trying to say with Schultz.
Not true.
It doesn't matter.
It's not true at all.
It's
You don't have to be great. You don't have to be
diminishing him
great.
by trying to say he was Charlemagne's lackey.
He was.
If you don't,
You don't have to be great, though.
even if that was true,
He sold out Radio City, which means he should be great. Yet when you watch him on Brilliant Idiots, he still look like a lackey and sound like a lackey. Why? Because he's a lackey.
I never watched the show, so I can't.
He's a lackey.
What I'm saying is this.
And this is respectfully, Schultz, but you know I think
listen,
you a lackey.
Listen to what I'm saying.
You know I think you a lackey. Yo, see, but I'm not. I don't play nice with these industry niggas.
And on the subject of
Nah,
Charlemagne,
facts.
he has come under fire too in the wake of
Facts.
Kendrick's comments. and his
Joseph
remarks
definitely
about
don't
black
play that
women.
shit.
Because to some, they shifted the blame for how comfortable Andrew feels onto his shoulders. Charlemagne the God is 10,000% to blame for Andrew Schultz. This isn't anything new either. It has actually been part of the narrative dating back to Shits and Gigs comments that sparked the entire thing. I blame Charlemagne for making his man feel comfortable talking about black women in a derogatory manner. Can Charlemagne talk about Jewish women like this? Why do we allow this for our own people? For his part, Charlemagne shot his boy some bail and downplayed it as much as possible.
I agree that if you're a comedian, you have, I don't want to say license because that's not the right word, but you have the license to make jokes about any and everybody. Since when do we police comedians? And by the way, if you don't like the jokes, you have every right to say it. You can rap about it, you can protest about it, you can be offended, you can tweet about it, you can do all of that shit. If Andrew was a person who only was constantly making jokes about one group of people, it would be different.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, there are people who call themselves comedians that oftentimes use it as a smokescreen to just say some really dumb, shitty jokes that are probably racist or hateful. And that sucks, and that's just bad comedy. But if you're being honest, like if we're all sitting here being honest, and anybody even online that knows anything about me is being honest, you don't believe that.
You're equal opportunities.
Exactly. It's like you've seen me make fun of everybody, and not only do I make fun of everybody, I'm going to your house to do it. Do you know what I mean? Like when I made
What do they don't believe about you?
What's that?
What are you saying? Like they don't believe what?
That I'll have sex with Kendrick if he wants that.
Shut the
Elsewhere, he acknowledged.
Oh wow, he said this and then went on the Brilliant Idiot, whatever, with Charlemagne after. Oh yeah, he dragging him because he can. Oh yeah, he dragging him because he can. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Was that it was within his
Oh,
rights to say
yeah.
what
Oh,
he said,
yeah.
but that continuing to double down might be hazardous to his health if Dot's goons get involved.
I don't have a problem with none
passion.
of it. And I'm gonna tell you why I don't have a problem with none of
Wait.
it. Because Kendrick can say what he wants, and he can't control how Schultz responds, and Schultz can't control how Kendrick responds if Kendrick responds again. That's just the way.
Look at this. Charlemagne, the bald ass fucking milk dud, the bald ass almond joy, is attempting to be a mediator.
Oh my God!
Order in the court. Order in the court. Order in the fucking court, bro. I'll be damned.
He's not gonna respond again because he didn't mention your name.
Exactly, he knows better. What he should
Stop
say if he
saying
wasn't
that.
talking about me,
Stop
that'd be the
saying
safest
that.
thing
No,
for
you're not
him.
worth. You're
That
not
could be-
worth the
what if we
mention.
end up in a
You're
room
not worth
together?
the mention.
And I put
That's
his-
what he's
I
saying.
put his feet in there.
He's saying you're not worth the mention.
What if I
That's
put
what
his
he's
feet in
saying.
there? What if I put his feet
You
in
want
there?
him to slap the shit out of you.
How is he gonna do that? Whose shoulders he
Why
gonna stand
not?
on?
They gonna fuck you up.
Stop playing.
No. I believe his team will fuck me up.
Like,
I
stop.
believe his people will fuck me up. I believe I am not a tough guy.
But what he hasn't done is check Schultz in some of the language he used about black women or Kendrick. And as a result, this has had a knock-on effect for Charlemagne's cultural reputation too. All the while, Schultz has just kept poking the bear online. Everybody got quiet all of a sudden. What happened? Y'all turned the K-bots off? Put them bots back on, guys. I was just getting warmed up.
Well, that's crazy, Andrew Schultz. You say that. I'm finna turn on my bots. We finna get our bots going.
Really, this is unsurprising. After all, the #1 rule of comedy in the cancel culture era is to not apologize. And to someone like Schultz, not backing down is key to his survival. Because the freedom of speech argument is always going to be there. At times, it's even gotten him a pass from those who are usually on Kendrick's side.
If you're unwilling to deal with the repercussions of things you say, then you're a violation. But if you're willing to stand on everything you say, then shit.
He said on it.
Go off. That's why I respect Schultz. Like Schultz is the same thing. Schultz is like Chappelle to me. They say shit. They willing to die on whatever hill they say it. I respect.
Please don't. Bad, terrible, absolutely terrible comparison. But okay, the energy is okay. I guess okay. All right.
Meanwhile, others feel that Andrew is playing with fire in a different way because he might be underestimating K-Dot. I don't think people know that Kendrick trains and boxes. He would beat the dog shit out of Schultz.
Please, internet niggas, please. K-Dot is not about to fucking do the Logan Paul, the Logan Paul jaw blog, Logan Paul and fucking Michael Tyson thing. That's not finna happen, Joe. Yeah, we know K-Dot do his shit, bro. We know K-Dot box and train, and he and a nigga doing the burpees and the goddamn shit. We know what he do. And if a nigga got some real life common sense, you know them short niggas who look stocky and walk around funny, you know them niggas can fight. You know them niggas can whoop your stupid ass. Like, if anything, they're shorter, so they have more access to like little pressure points and little spots that a taller person, somebody, you know, that's what with your height wouldn't. Come on, bro. Like, please with this. That's what I'm saying. Look, I'm going back to my quote. I hope the injecting of drama and beef and the kiki ha-has back and forth that these internet niggas be doing, I hope that it betters your life. I hope that you're not just watching it just to watch and to be, you know, drama filled and you got acorns in your mouth like a fucking frog and a goddamn chipmunk. But you use whatever the hell going on. Let's say you pick a side and you use that to better your life and your family's life. That's all. And I know that's being extremely, you know, wishful and hopeful and everything. But hey, that's my heart. That's my spirit. Bitch, I'm a winner. I'm not like you internet niggas. I'm not going to respond on nothing. I ain't responding on shit. And if it is, it's going to be on stream where you can hear me. Won't be no fucking tweet. At this point in time, shit, maybe we should just be starting up bullshit with streamers, huh? Let's get into it with somebody then. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get into it with another streamer, with another YouTuber. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's hop in that Discord. Let's do it. It's like...
Now, this likely isn't the case, as in reality, Schultz has a box.
Bro, please, y'all doing too much.
And then made out with me while I could barely stand after I threw up everywhere. Yeah, me too. But this was nothing compared to the recently recirculating words of his ex-girlfriend, Sarah Phillips. In a lengthy post from 2020, she detailed what she alleged to be systematic abuse from Schultz.
Systematic abuse from Schultz. So he's a menagist though. Whatever the hell they be saying. Oh man, I love it. You can't put me in a box. I love it. Yep. Call me misogynistic if you want to. Yep. Yep. I'm that goddamn womanizer. Yep. Yep. Love him. I love him though. I love him. So.
Years, I was manipulated, controlled, and abused by him. The verbal abuse was constant. I was isolated from my friends. If I wore makeup that he thought was too much, he would wipe it off my face in public. In her lengthy statement, Sarah also discussed an alleged domestic dispute between them in Aruba. where she said his anger got so out of control, she locked herself in the hotel bathroom. In the post, Andrew's ex also stated the abuse turned emotional and later affected her physical health. In addition to allegedly policing her outfit choices, she recalled discovering he had been using her toothbrush to wipe his shoes, causing her to be sick for weeks. Obviously, these are just allegations, but it is interesting that he never publicly addresses this, yet will take every opportunity to further his beef with Kendrick on the grounds that it's making him more newsworthy than ever before. By the looks of it, Andrew is reveling in being a trending topic. He even claimed, "They are paying people to protest my show in Hawaii, and not 30% of their Spotify streams, full price." But with every fresh jab at Dot, he amplifies both the love and hate. He just needs to ensure that the scales don't tip. After all, comedians who are lighting bolts don't even believe that the area he's straight into with his words about Kendrick can ever be cool.
Yeah, alright. Can I make a joke? J-Dog, can I make a joke? Because remember, no, I'm an actual comedian. I'm like actually, not with this, because I got a brain. I really know how to think out things. J-Dog, can I make a joke?
Rape is never funny, no matter who it happens to or what the circumstances are.
Whatever you think of Schultz and what he said, what is obvious is that he hasn't learned from Drake whatsoever. Rather than keeping it a friendly fade, he made it personal. So if Kendrick does clap back, it'll be nuclear. Still, people feel this could all go away if he just holds his hands up to it and says he went too far.
I've listened to Brilliant Idiots for 10, 12 years, and I've listened to Flagrant for a long time. Like, I'm a Schultz fan, I'm a Charlemagne fan. But I think in this case, it just
says he went too far.
I've listened to Brilliant Idiots for 10, 12 years, and I've listened to Flagrant for a long time. Like, I'm a Schultz fan, I'm a Charlemagne fan. But
What the hell? Oh my God, no way.
Now, brothers and sisters, did y'all see what this filthy, dirty ass nigga just did?
I think in this case, it just missed the mark, and a lot of people don't know that history. They don't have the history of like knowing him or listening for so long. If you're seeing that initial clip out of context, I think it's okay to take accountability for a joke and just be like, I missed the mark. I missed the mark on the joke.
He had a lot of different
I wasn't trying to do it. Yeah.
But for a comedian like Schultz, that just isn't an option. Instead, he'll just keep pushing it.
Wait, I wonder how what do you ask to get that haircut? A bald, what's that? A 2? Oh, no. That's a goddamn 6 or something. A 6 ball fade? Man.
It as far as he can, even if the consequences, whether they are alienating a section of the audience, enduring Kendrick's wrath, or even ruining professional relationships, keep mounting up. And if he's lucky, he'll escape with his career intact. It's your boy Luesta, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.
Luesta. Peace, man. Peace. W video, bro. W video, bro. Hey, what's y'all thoughts on that, YouTube? What's your thoughts on that? Andrew Schultz trying to say that he'll take K-Dot ass.